Hi, I'm talking about the ConAgra critic, and got three major topics I'm going to talk about today. It is mid-October 2017. Going to talk about the Wesson oil issue going on. Going to talk about the purchase of Angie's Boomchickapop, and I'm going to talk about the stock of ConAgra. I currently don't own any shares, so quite happy about that actually now. So the first thing, Wesson Oil. There's a class action lawsuit against ConAgra for when it owned Wesson. They are trying to sell Wesson for $285 million to J.M. Smuckers. Not 100% sure if that deal has gone through or if it's contingent upon this liability. But basically, this is a generic version. But our friends there at ConAgra tried to do an all-natural version of Wesson cooking oil. Unfortunately, they included some genetically modified ingredients because they, in their mind, it was ambiguous if genetically modified was not natural. So, which this is, if you look at my past videos, this is the same company that thinks that high fructose corn syrup should be included in all natural flavoring, which the general public completely disagrees. It is an ethical dilemma the company is having, and of the millions of dollars that the CEO is making, he should be able to afford an ethics class. I'm sure he's taken ethics classes at his business school, but that is a failure. I think somebody should be fired. The brand managers should be fired. Genetically modified, I don't have a huge problem with it, but I want to know about it. And so people that are paying the premium for all natural expect there to be no high fructose corn syrup, which is non-naturally occurring, nor genetically modified ingredients. So big fail for ConAgra, completely dilutes the brand value. So other thing, they purchased, ConAgra purchased Angie's Boomchickapop. I bought some, and it's quite good. Actually, it's been around for a couple years. It's really an artesian brand that came out in Minnesota a couple years ago. I have no idea what they purchased Angie's for, but congratulations to the seller, Angie, and her husband. I could find in the Wall Street Journal that Angie's made $90 million in sales in 2016. I'm afraid that ConAgra probably overpaid. I'm also really concerned about ConAgra having too many brands, like they're collecting brands. Could also get them into some monopoly issues. ConAgra currently owns Orville Redenbacher, which is a good quality high-end one. They own Jiffy Pop. They own Act 2 microwave popcorn. They own Fiddle Faddle. They own Screamy's Yellow Zonkers, Poppycock, which they co-brand with Orville Redenbacher's. If you look at one of my previous videos, sometimes they sell popcorn under Healthy Choice. They own Crunch and Munch, and they own a food service one, Vogel. So, which is bulk. But so they're throwing Angie's into the mix. I'm really disappointed that they could not try to invest in one of these other brands, try to bring it back. Some brand with some brand loyalty, do some Healthy Choice flavorings. It's kind of like, and what I'm really afraid they're going to do is they're going to dilute the brand. For example, Orville Redenbacher here. It looks like the 2-pound container, but no, they are kind of watering the soup. They lowered this to a 30 ounce. At first, they had a big open hole, like a champagne thing for no reason except for deception. And then they closed that off, but they still have, they reduced the size from 32 ounces to 30 ounces. So the company right now is selling per share at $34.10. It's worth a hair under $14 billion at $13.9 billion. Price earnings ratio is 24.62, which is probably, I think, a little high for a company that's not really growing too much. And it's confusing to see natural organic growth, no pun intended there with the organic, but natural growth when they were buying and selling so many companies. They did raise the dividend recently by $1.25. By 1.25 cents. But this is after lowering it 5 cents from 2016. And the dividend payout ratio is 61.71%, which means of all their earnings, they're paying out dividends. They're paying out 61% in their dividends. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to update it, and still kind of disappointed with this company. Hoping that they have make some solid changes to try to make the ConAgra brand be considered a value-added concept, as opposed to just a holding company or a collector of different brands. Subscribe, like it, share it, and if you have some interesting information about how much they actually paid for Angie's, I'd love to know it. So send that message to me directly, all right? Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.